Hare Krishna. Welcome to the online training for Principles of Temple Administration. Srila Prabhupada said, "We have a mission to cultivate all over the world. We have to print and distribute books and open centers and train devotees. And we cannot do that unless we are very organized and efficient. If we are to conduct a mission to save the fallen souls, which is the desire of Lord Chaitanya and the previous acharyas, then we have to organize the Sankirtan movement very nicely, and we have to be strict devotees." We're now going to discuss the 8 principles of temple administration. This will be divided into 3 categories: Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Sambandha will be further divided into 3 categories: devotee focus, visionary leadership, and involvement of people. We're going to start with a focus on devotees, considering this is the most vital part of our movement. And of course, we want happier devotees. That means happier spiritually, physically, mentally, and socially. The strength of our organization really depends on the devotees. So, we have to understand the current and future needs of our devotees. And we should strive to meet our devotee requirements and exceed the expectations of the devotees as far as possible. In the pages of the Srimad Bhagavatam is a pastime of King Bena. He went astray from the path of righteousness and thus displeased the community, and ultimately the Brahmanas, as a last resort, burnt his body. From his body, King Prithu was born. King Prithu was an amazing leader, and he was able to please everyone by his expert skills and leadership, and thus he led society to great prosperity and ultimate deliverance. Therefore, expert leadership requires that we establish unity of purpose and clear direction for everyone in our organization. We also have to be able to create and maintain an environment in which people can become fully involved in achieving the organization's objectives. The devotees are our greatest asset. Therefore, we have to become expert at engaging everyone. That means people of all levels. We have to learn to bring out the best in them. We have to learn to engage people according to their abilities and engage them intelligently. Then we need to also define very clear roles and responsibility for all the devotees within our community. And in this way, the organization can thrive. Now we move to Abhideya, which includes process approach, systems approach, and documentation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the spontaneous platform. In Jagannath Puri, he was absorbed in chanting and dancing, but he knew if this was just imitated, there would be problems. Therefore, he taught the process of Bhakti Yoga, pure devotional service, to Srila Rupa Goswami, who documented the teachings thoroughly and passed them down to our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, who redocumented the processes and passed them on to the current GBC. And they are now able to teach the same processes hundreds of years later. The process approach, where a desired result is achieved more efficiently when activities and resources are managed as a process. Let's give a simple example of a way to make devotees happy: prasadam. It's a series of processes starting from procurement, and then we move on to storage. There's preparation, cooking, cleaning, the offering, the serving, presentation, and of course, finally, honoring. Thus, a systematic approach to management which leads to happy devotees. If you were to document the process just given for the preparation and service of prasadam, you would then very easily be able to repeat the process, eliminate variation, improve your efficiency in preparing the prasadam, and also increase the devotee satisfaction. Not to mention, you would very easily be able to share this process for others who could repeat it. This is the power of documentation as given by our acharyas. Finally, prayojana, which includes continuous improvement and also decisions that are based on facts. We should always be eager to continuously improve our service to the devotees. Here's an example you may recognize: Thomas Edison. He was pretty serious about continuing the improvement of his invention known as the light bulb. Now we see, through this process of continual improvement over the years, has brought us to a stage where we're using something that Thomas Edison probably could have never even imagined. This is an example of the PDCA continuous improvement cycle. You plan, you do, you check, and you act. Finally, we come to decisions that are based on facts. Imagine if you're really sick, and you just decide, well, I'm going to use this syringe and apply the medication myself based on what I think. Probably a better choice is to see a doctor, allow them to do some tests and experiments, come up with some evidences and some conclusions that are based on facts, and then they can apply the results and make a decision. Then, of course, you can allow them to administer the medicine. In this way, you're making decisions based on fact. Okay, so now a recap. 8 principles of temple administration. Sambandha, devotee-focused. Visionary leadership, involvement of people. Abhideya, process approach. Systems approach to management and documentation. Prayojana, continual improvement, and a factual approach to decision making. These principles, if applied correctly within the environment of our temples or centers, can assist us in being successful in the mission of Srila Prabhupada and our previous acharyas.